Cutting our defense, weakening a nation. A core principle of the political left in this country is that our current levels of defense spending have harmed and will continue to harm our economic prosperity. So last month, while he was defending the $700 billion Wall Street bailout program, Representative Barney Frank, a Democrat from Massachusetts, said, "The biggest ongoing threat to fiscal sanity in this country, I believe, is an open-ended, ever-expanding military budget that goes far beyond what is necessary." Frank's assertions about the scope of defense spending in the United States are just flat out wrong. At the height of World War II, we spent 46% of our GDP on military. By 1945, that number had dropped to 34.5%. Throughout the Cold War, defense spending averaged 8% of the GDP, and since 1962, the average spending level has fallen even further to 5.5% of our GDP. Today we spend less than 4% on defense. Our economy has boomed multiple times in the past despite our government devoting much higher levels of our GDP to national security. Currently there is runaway spending in Washington, but it is coming from President Barack Hussein Obama and the left. Congress spent more than in just one single bill, this year's stimulus bill, than it spent on Afghanistan and Iraq combined since 2001. Eager to mollify his leftist base while still making it appear he is serious about responsibility, President Barack Hussein Obama has recently begun laying out the groundwork for deep cuts in defense spending. Last week he promised to only invest in technologies that are proven and cost-effective. If a system isn't ready to be developed, we shouldn't pour resources into it. This may sound sensible, but it ignores the fact that developing and deploying cutting-edge technologies is far more complex. Many of today's military programs are a system of systems. For example, like the Army's Future Combat Systems modernization effort and ballistic missiles defense. These system of systems have integrated components that must be deployed individually before they can be tested together as part of the larger network. Placing undue requirements on these programs will only further generate a risk-averse culture and will inevitably slow the acquisition process and raise costs. More worrisome, the previous week, President Barack Hussein Obama said he wanted to reform our defense budget so that we're not paying for a Cold War air weapons systems we don't use. It would appear this is a further attempt to lay the groundwork for cutting necessary core capabilities from America's military, not just by associating them with the Cold War and a bygone era, but by identifying them as wasteful and a potential area for cost savings. Defense contracting is far from perfect, and the Heritage Foundation has been a leader in identifying ways to make it more efficient. But neither is defense spending a burden on our economy, or is it exploding in size. There has been an explosion in spending that has cratered our national deficit, but Congressman Barney Frank and President Barack Hussein Obama must understand that the explosion in entitlement and non-defense discretionary spending are the real culprits.